Hello everyone and welcome back to day 16 of the 30-day film challenge, and today I'm talking about Super 8, J.J. Abrams and Steven Spielberg's kind of mixture and love child of this kind of E.T. meets Stranger Things, even though Stranger Things came out way afterwards. I don't know, it's a very fun movie, but the prompt of this day of the 30-day film challenge is a film that's deeply personal to you. And, this movie in many ways is one of my earliest film memories in general. I remember seeing this movie in theater. No, I actually remember seeing the trailer for this movie, I think before maybe X-Men Origins. I feel like it was before X-Men Origins, and you see this after the train crashes, and you see this train car and this door get busted open, and the door flies and it lands in the dirt. And at first I thought it was a Hulk movie. I don't know why I thought it was Hulk. But for some reason, the trailer always stuck with me, and I remember watching the movie and just being completely blown away. And it never really felt like a movie that was deeply personal to me until I decided to go to film school. As you know, if you guys have seen this movie, it's about a group of kids who are trying to make a zombie short film. And in the middle of all that, they experience this giant train crash, and an alien breaks out, and the government takes over their town, and it's kind of like a weird alien escape movie because this creature just wants to go home, but the government is trying to keep it there, and these kids are just mixed up in all of it, and it's so well done, and I love the story. But the fact that these kids are little filmmakers and they're trying to make a movie throughout all of this, it's just it's so lighthearted and fun. And even in my first film class ever in my senior year of high school, before I even wanted to be a film major, so at this point when I went to college for the first 2 years, I wasn't a film major. I didn't do that until my third year of college. So, at this point, that was my first film class ever, and for some reason my teacher decided to show us this movie, even though I had seen it at this point. But she put it in our film class, which is awesome, seeing it in a little tiny theater with the surround sound again and seeing that train sequence. This movie has always stuck with me. I don't know, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I think it's in my top 5 movies of all time. And that has to be because of the characters and the fact that I tear up at the end of this movie every single time. So let's just dive into this film and just get into the character. The main character, this main kid, is just, he's so good, and I don't know if he's been in anything else, really. And of course you have Elle Fanning, Dakota Fanning's younger sister, in this movie as well, and that relationship's really good. But the heart and soul of this movie, besides that core romance, I guess, in this movie, really is the fact that this kid's mother had passed away. At the very beginning of the movie, you see he's at a funeral, and you see that excellent shot of, it says this many days since the last incident, and they change it to 0, and you just know that something really bad happened, and how that is tied into Elle Fanning's dad, and all these different characters, and how they're just kind of all at odds right at the beginning. This kind of Romeo and Juliet type romance. But at the end of the movie, I'm skipping to the end of the movie right here because I'm just talking about this relationship between him and his mother that you get to see throughout the movie through old videos and kind of flashbacks. But at the end of the movie, when he has that locket, and you always see him take his locket out of his pocket and he holds it whenever he's kind of distressed or he has anxiety or he's scared. Whenever he's scared in the movie after the train crash, he's holding that necklace of his mom. And at the end of the movie, when all the magnetic things are flying to the water tower, and he's holding that necklace, and it's trying to fly to that ship, and he's holding on for dear life, and it opens, and he sees his mom. It's a beautiful moment. But the musical score by Michael Giacchino, especially during this scene, but throughout the entire movie, but this one scene, the song is called Letting Go. And as he lets go of that necklace, so it flies to the ship so the alien can finally leave Earth and go home, he's letting go of his mom, and he's letting go of his grief, and all this built-up sadness that he's felt throughout the entire movie. He's letting go finally, and it's such a beautiful moment. I think that moment throughout this entire movie really stuck with me, and that's why this movie is deeply personal to me, because it always tends to make me emotional, especially when I see that scene, and especially the music during that scene. It really gets to me, and I love how this film really does progress up until that moment, because there's a lot of fun moments of this group of kids and their banter back and forth, and the fireworks kid, and you have the best friend who's the director of the movie, and he's really hard on everybody and really wants to make this zombie film, and he also likes Elle Fanning's character, and that's another whole point in contention between this group of kids. But he's also really funny when they break into the school, and he's like, who breaks into a school? Like, who does that? Seriously. And it's really funny. And there's a lot of lighthearted moments throughout this entire movie like that. But it's that core, just emotional response that you get out of the end of this movie that really stuck with me. I will say, though, my favorite part of this film, by far, is, and I know this is kind of counter to the entire film in general, but during the credits, you get to see the short film that they made, and it's my favorite thing ever. Like, I love it so much, and the fact that one fireworks kid dies like 4 times as this zombie, he just keeps on coming back. I don't know. It's really funny. It's super low budget. The acting's god awful, but on purpose, and it feels like something a group of kids would make. And I wish I did that as a kid. I wish I went out there with a Super 8 camera and I just filmed stuff and I put things together. I kind of did that. My cousins did that, and I kind of held the camera and I helped them. But I was like 5 years old. I vaguely remember this. But they made this one short film where I think one of my cousins died in the bathtub, and at one point she sat up, and it was really creepy. And like I said, I'm 5 years old at this time, but every time I went to my bathroom, because we shot it in my bathroom, I would always be scared to open the curtains of the bathroom because I'd expect to see some dead body in the tub sitting up and being terrified. And I don't know, I think it's that memory combined with this movie and how I wish I did that as a kid, but I kind of also did do that as a kid because of that one short film that we made. It's just, this movie is deeply personal to me because of that, and I love this film. If you guys are in the comments below and you don't like this movie, or if you're a J.J. Abrams hater because of The Rise of Skywalker, I get it, but if you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend it. It's, like I said, it's E.T. meets Stranger Things. It's a perfect mixture between a sci-fi alien movie from this kid's perspective, where, you know, at one point the Elle Fanning's character goes missing, like in Stranger Things, and they have to go find her, and there's a bunch of just different fun aspects of them trying to make their short film while all this chaos is going around in their small town. And of course you get the small town and the kids finding an alien and kind of befriending it. And you get that whole scene. And then you get the bus scene where the bus falls over and the alien is attacking these government guys. It's such a well-made movie, and it's endlessly entertaining. And the lens flares are off the charts, J.J. Abrams, but I don't care. It fits with the style of this movie, and it's just so endlessly fun and entertaining. And it's one of my favorite movies of all time. So that'll be my video on Super 8. As you guys can tell, I love this movie, probably much more than all of you guys combined. But if you guys have seen it, let me know in the comments below what you guys think, and what is your movie that is deeply personal to you. I know this is kind of a fun question to answer, so I would love to hear your responses. So thanks guys for watching this video. Tomorrow is going to be day 17. I'm going to be talking about my favorite sequel of all time, which happens to be my favorite comic book movie of all time, which also happens to be my favorite movie of all time, and it's actually right behind me. So stay tuned for the channel for that. Subscribe, leave a like, comment below, do all the things, and I hope to see you all in my next one.